Hey guys, so today I am done with my summons. Today it is September 2nd, so I don't know when this is going to go up, but I have still, I think, 2 or 3 summon videos left to actually go live on the channel, so you guys probably will end up seeing this 3-ish days from now. But basically what I want to do in this video is just go over how the summons went, and go through sort of what I pulled. I did not Baba a single SSR, I don't think, since I started summoning on these banners. I have basically a full box of just SSRs. So first we're going to start with Gohan. I have him at 3 dupes right now. I think the total amount of stones that I spent on both banners combined is somewhere around 8,000 stones. So you saw me in the first few videos do 3,000 because I started with that amount, and then I did a few more videos, and then I think I just decided that I wanted to do the rest off camera. And then when I say I did the rest off camera, I mean, like, if I had continued making videos on these banners, I would have probably ended up doing close to 15 videos on these banners, just due to how many stones I ended up using. So Gohan's at 3 dupes. I just did not pull the last dupe. I think I spent probably close to 2,000 stones trying to pull the last dupe, and I just couldn't do it. So I just, said enough is enough and just bowed out. But yeah, he's there, 3 dupes. And then if we go, let's go to, oops. Let's just go back to my home screen, because we have a rainbowed LR Cell, who I definitely ended up spending more stones overall on the LR Cell banner than the LR Gohan banner. And you guys will see that once we start going over the units that I pulled from each banner. But yeah, I've been using this guy a decent amount the past day or two, and he's been pretty good. I mean, he's obviously not the strongest LR we have, but I mean, for what he is and for what his roles are on his teams, I feel like he's very fun to use, and obviously I would like him to have better transformation conditions, but pretty satisfied with LR Cell. So that's LR Cell rainbowed. And now let's go ahead and take a look at, let me just sort this by SSR super class. So we'll start with the super class. Some of the stuff's going to be random stuff that doesn't pertain to the banners, but 99% of it is going to be what I pulled. So surprisingly, I only did end up pulling 2 Gogetas, and God knows how many stones I spent on the super banner. I think the Cell banner I spent probably around 5,000 stones, and then the Gohan banner probably somewhere close to 3,000. So only him, and then I pulled 3 of these Ribrians, I pulled 3 of these Ribrians, I pulled 4 Dispos. These guys obviously weren't on the banner, so that doesn't have anything to do with it. I pulled 2 Tech Tapions, I pulled 5 Bardoks. I pulled, how many Keflas is this? 7 Keflas. And then these guys, and then this obviously is not part of it. Actually, this Goku I pulled from a ticket, because I just finished my ticket summons before recording this. Yeah, I pulled 11 Vegito Blues. That's pretty stupid. There was a streak of about 5 multis in a row where I just pulled him 5 times back to back to back to back to back. And that's the reason why I just didn't want to continue doing those summons on camera, because it would just get way too frustrating, and it wouldn't be fun for people to watch that. So that's that. Obviously, Raleigh was on the banner. 2 Chowmans. We got all this stuff here. 2 of this guy, 3 Bardoks. We got just a slew of stuff right now. I mean, a lot of the stuff is not like these awakened SRs, and obviously weren't from the banner. Skip through all these Kais. 2 Majus. We got some GT Trunkses. We got God Goku. We have 5 Ultimate Gohans. We have 2 Int ones too, which is surprising considering they were also featured. 3 AGL Gohans. 4 Physical Pans. 3 of the Rage Vegeta. And then some other just random stuff. We have 4 Kaioken Gokus, and then 3 of the the Tech one. 3 of these Kid Trunkses. What else? Obviously, that's not part of it. 2 Bardoks, 2 of these. We got 7 17s. And just a bunch of other stuff here. We got 5 of these Vegetas, somehow. Okay, so Transforming Goku. I pulled so many Transforming Goku. So I went into this banner having just a rainbow transforming Goku. That's it. Just one rainbow transforming Goku, and then I also had a extra one because I wanted to start working on his SSR form. Because obviously they have a different name because one of them is obviously Super Saiyan, one of them is Base. So what ended up happening was I ended up pulling enough to fully rainbow him, and then enough to get him to SA7. So it's 11, and then plus I pulled, and then I just decided, you know what, I'll just use, I had like a billion SR just base form Gokus because he was featured in the banner, so I just ended up using them to raise the super attack to 10, and then I ended up pulling 5 more. So I think I pulled 16 transforming Gokus from the banner. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. Somehow I pulled 5 of this guy even though he's unfeatured, so I pulled more of this guy than I did of LR Gohan. I pulled 3 of this Goku, and then transforming Vegeta, I actually ended up pulling 4 of him, but I started working on his SSR form because I went into his banner having his TUR form rainbowed. So that's pretty much everything. Let's take a look at the banner and see what I did not talk about. Okay, 16. I pulled 2 16s in total. That's really, really bad. I pulled 4 of this guy. I pulled only 2 of this guy as well, so that's really rare. I pulled literally like 16 or 17 of this guy. I pulled 7 of this guy. I pulled 5 of this guy. I pulled 11 of this guy. I pulled 4 or 5 of him. I pulled only 2 of him. So, and then I pulled 4 Gohans, 4 LR Gohans. So that's how the Super Banner went. So now, let's go ahead and get to the main part of the video, which is the Extreme SSRs. Okay, so pulled 3 of these cells, pulled 5 slugs, I pulled 5 Celzas, 3 of the Angel Friezas, 3 Angel Cells, this guy's obviously part of the Ticket Banner, 4 of these Hellfighter 17s, 5 Mass Saiyans, 5 Inzamasus, I pulled, 8 Strength Goku Blacks, I pulled 8 Physical Goku Blacks, I pulled 4 Novas, 6 Grade 8 Turleses, which is more than LR Cell, because I only pulled 5 LR Cells. 5 Kulizas. I pulled 3 Champas. I pulled, 4, 5, 6, yeah, also 6 Frosts. 4 Baby Vegetas. 4 Grade 8 Vegetas. 5 Demigrads. 8 of these Brolys. 6 of these Brolys. I pulled 8 Int Turleses. He's unfeatured. I pulled 6 of these Super Boos. I pulled 4 of these Super Boos. Oops. I pulled 4 of the AGL Bojack. I pulled 3 of that Evil Boo. I pulled 3 of each type of Majin Vegeta. I pulled 5 of these Fat Boos. 5 of these Android 18s, which I'm pretty sure 4 out of those 5 were all pulled in the same video, by the way. That was like the video. That was the video where I started getting like pretty upset. 4 of these 17s as well. I pulled, 7 Strength Cells, 4 Int Cells, which are not the LR version, 8 of the Tech Cell, 4 of this Frieza. I rainbowed Cell Jr. and I have an extra 3, so that's 8 Cell Juniors in total that I pulled. 2 of this Android 17, 3 of this Android 18. I pulled 5 Hellfighter 17s. Okay, listen to how insane this is. I pulled 3. I should have taken a screenshot of this, but I didn't because I just wanted to get away from the screen as fast as possible. I pulled 3 of these Android 17s in the same multi, and he's not featured. I don't know how that's possible. The odds of that have to be like less than a fraction of a percent, like probably around 0.01%, honestly. And then I pulled 5 Transforming Friezas, so not terrible. I pulled 6 of this Vegeta. This one. I'm pretty sure like 3 of those came from the same video as well. So obviously the Extreme banner has a lot less unfeatured units on it than the Super banner does, but I mean, come on. Let's look at the featured units here. So I pulled LR Cell 5 times. This guy I pulled 8 times. Super Bro I pulled 6 times, I think, 6 or 7. LR Broly I pulled 8, or not LR Broly, just Physical Broly I pulled 8. This Frieza I pulled 5 times. Okay, this Goku Black was actually one of the ones that I really wanted to pull. I ended up pulling 3 of him. So he's not even rainbowed yet. I pulled this guy by far the least amount of times on here. I think I spent 5,000 stones on this banner. I pulled him 3 times, and that's not even including the free summons. So that's over 1,500 extra stones in summons. So in total, I'm spending effectively over 6,500 stones on this banner, and I only pulled 3 of this guy. That's insane. This guy I pulled 8 times. This guy I pulled 8 times. This cell I pulled 7 times, and then this cell I pulled 8 times as well. So by far the least ones that I pulled, by far the units I pulled the least are this guy at 3, this guy at 5, and then also Cell at 5. So figures on both banners I get just, I mean, this banner I got way more unlucky than the other banners. This banner I did okay, because the first few videos I ended up pulling like 1 Gohan in the first video, and I think I ended up pulling 2 in the second video, which is really good. So I was feeling really good about the Gohan banner. So I came over to the Cell banner, and I got destroyed. And I was like, okay. And then I just I was like rapid fire summoning on this banner for like literally an hour straight, just like matching through every summon, doing like 5,000 stones just in like 30 minutes. And then I ended up, you know, eventually getting 2 copies. It was like a nightmare scenario. And then I went back to the Gohan banner, ended up pulling 1 Gohan pretty quickly. So I think at that point I'd only spent about 1,000 stones on Gohan's banner for 4 copies of Gohan, which is really, really good. And then I went around 2,000 more stones, and I didn't pull a single copy. And I didn't pull the last one I needed, so I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna dip out here. So that's basically how everything went. Pretty annoyed at the Cell banner, but I did want a Rainbow Cell more than Gohan, just because I feel like people are not seeing that this guy's actually really good, and obviously he has a lot of shortfalls like his links and stuff like that, but I'm at least happy I have him rainbowed. I would have liked to pull the last Gohan, but you know, maybe if they decide to give global, you know, fair treatment in top grossing rewards, then maybe I'll use those stones on the Gohan banner, or maybe I'll just save them for whatever's coming in part 2. I haven't decided yet. But that's basically how everything went. Expect to see a showcase video on both of these new units at some point in the next few days. Really unfortunate that I only got pulled 2 of Android 16 because, I don't know, I just thought, you know, spending 3,000 stones in the banner would be enough to pull more than 2 copies of a unit, but it is what it is. The difference between a 3 dupe and a 4 dupe unit is not different. It is not like, it's barely noticeable, so in terms of me showcasing the Gohan, it's not going to be that different. So hope you guys enjoyed this little recap video, and now you guys understand why I did not do all my summons on camera, because it would have literally taken a month to probably post everything. So that's how everything went down. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all in the next one.